Okay, here we are with the Italian Turn 2 in the lovely Mediterranean. I'm going to do a little bit of administrative work here real quick and figure out my IPCs. Last turn it was 10 for my original. I had captured Transjordan, Yugoslavia, Southern France, and Anglo-Egypt Sudan for a total 7. Minus the 2 convoy raid is going to put us at 15, which will spend lavishly on 5 infantry. I've already pushed some of my combat moves out. They're pretty obvious. What I'm doing is I'm moving these guys up from Anglo-Egypt Sudan, this guy from Alexandria, 2 infantry, a tank, and an artillery. We'll use the transports to take Transjordan. And then I got 2-3 bombardments and a destroyer bombardment. This sub is moving over to Malta to knock out that transport. And I hate this, but I think I'm going to have to do it. This French fleet is causing me a bombardment, so not bombardment, I'm sorry, convoy raid, so potentially 3 per turn, plus me not getting my bonus in the Mediterranean is 8. So hopefully I can get out of here with just maybe losing a fighter, and that can be easily made up with that 8. So there's nothing that can attack in Europe unless I want to do a foolhardy attack on Greece. That's not going to happen. So let's go ahead and resolve this. I do have these two guys here at a 2 and a 3 defense. I will attack at a 4 and a 3. Okay, I'm going to take my fighter, and no love there. And the bomber will hit. Of course, they'll lose the destroyer. The destroyer will fire back at a 2, miss, and the cruiser hits. And for the glory, my bomber hits. The cruiser misses. Oh, so kind of exactly the way I expected it to turn out. I have lost my entire Air Force, but getting the bonus will help me potentially buy it back or something more valuable. I'm going to put that bomber back in the sea zone. Okay. The much anticipated battle here, that sub versus a transport. Transport goes away. Then we have Egypt. I have 2 infantry. And this guy, move it over here. The artillery will pair up with the mechanized infantry versus 1 infantry here. All right. I have 2 1s and 2 2s to make this work. Okay, my 2 1s miss. My 2 2s. It feels like A1. Okay, we got him. And let's see if he can bite back. No, he cannot. All right, the British are kicked out of Egypt. Put those guys back on my battle board. And then lastly, we have Transjordan. 4 infantry, 1 artillery, and a tank. Put that on. And I'm also have 2 bombardments for 3 and 1 for 4. Let's go ahead and put the opposing player there. Okay. That's what it looks like right there. Just to have 2 bombardments for 3 and 1 at 4. All right, so I'm going to have a roll for 1. This is going to be an infantry. And my artillery are both at 2, a 3, and so forth. Okay, so my single attack at 1 hits. My 2 attacks at 2 miss. My 3 shots at 3. All right, they completed the task. Okay, a defender at 2. Miss. A defender at 3. Let's try re-rolling that. Okay, nothing. All right, so those guys are eliminated. And just to be clear, anything that falls outside of my rolling space is re-rolled, good or bad. Okay, let's see, the 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and a tank will roll into Transjordan. So not a bad turn. All these guys are remaining here. And Egypt is rightfully Italian at this point. Okay, I'm going to go over to here and figure out my non-combat moves. My British Somalians are going to stay there. My bomber will return to southern Italy. My ejected pilot will swim the Mediterranean for the fighter. I think in southern France, this tank is actually going to, what do I want to do with him? Let me think about him for a second. I got 5 infantry coming in. Let's go ahead and move him there so it gives us an option for attacking Greece if I want to go for the bonuses there. And likewise, I don't think I have a problem with him being in, well, yeah, I'm going to push him, and no, we're going to leave him there. We're going to leave him in Yugoslavia. We're going to take this guy and move him to northern Italy. And I'm going to divide this up. We're going to take this anti-aircraft and just go ahead and push it up to northern Italy. And these 2 right here, likewise, I'm going to divide up in northern Italy. We push 1 in southern Italy. And put 2 in southern Italy. Just because I think these Italians right here are going to go ahead and reinforce Normandy. We'll leave this guy. Oh, that guy's in France. This guy's going to move to southern France. I got to get all my stuff figured out here. Okay, that's there. Nothing's going to be able to hit me, but I do want to be able to ferry troops, so I have 4 there. That would fill up my transports, but I also have these guys here. That's not going to really matter for the disposition of troops right now, because these guys can move to anywhere, and then anything that can pick up in southern France can also pick up in, southern Italy can also pick up in northern Italy. And then if I did want to make a move on Greece, I can just transport across any of those troops. So I think what that's going to do is send me directly to the reinforcement phase. I'm going to take this green chip and trade it out for troops. Okay, let me do more here. Okay, all right. Actually, I think I'm gonna put 2 in southern France. 1 here. No, we'll put 1 here and then 2 here. Okay, well that doesn't really make any sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it 3 that I'm actually putting in southern France. Yeah, 3 in southern France. There we go. All right, so 3, 4, and 5 are my placement of my 5 troops. The final disposition of troops is going to be 2 Italians in Normandy, Bordeaux, 2 anti-air, and 4 troops in southern France with an artillery. And then here in northern Italy, I will have 1 infantry, 1 mech, and 2 armor. In Italy proper, we have 5 infantry. Yugoslavia, 1 tank. Albania, 2 infantry. A submarine in C-Zone 96. In our C-Zone right here above Egypt, we have 2 cruisers, a destroyer, a battleship, and 2 transports. Egypt is in firm control with 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 mechanized infantry. And then we have 2 infantry, an armor, and an artillery in Transjordan. And then lastly, down in British Somaliland, our lone troop right here, ready to take out all of Africa. Just as a little bit of cleanup, I'm going to go ahead and get some Italian markers. And 1 British marker. I need to just get all this straight. Libya. Egypt is Italian. Transjordan is once again back in Italian control. Okay, let's see. We have no points over here. We've lost 1, so we're -1. But we are +2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're up 8. That will put us at 18, plus our Mediterranean bonus will put us at 23 IPCs for the Italians. This isn't a convoy zone, is it? Okay, so there are no convoys that are getting disrupted. Not a bad situation for Italy at this point. And then we'll see how the world reacts. All right, that's it for the Italians.